I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
They're watching Rezero Season 3, Episode 10. I'm excited for every fight that we could see except one, and that is where we ended off last episode. I don't want to see Capella walk in on Felis and Krush.
I want it for the wrong reasons. I want it for the fact of how epically horrifying it feels right now to know that that is what is going to be happening. It's kind of like a, not to open that door kind of feeling. You are scared about opening that door. You still kind of want to peek behind it.
You're a sadist.
I guess so.
You ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't like this. I don't like this. Couldn't beat mine.
Couldn't beat mine. Ooh.
Quite noble, too. Capella's a fucking freak, bro. Oh my god. Oh! She doesn't know?
I wish I knew the answer to that myself. Yes!
Holy shit. Oh!
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
I did not expect this from her.
We're fools. Oh!
Stop!
I don't think you want to fuck with Al. What? Al has, in season 3, I think become the most interesting character to me.
Right? I have total faith in him, honestly.
In like a scary way. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of unfounded and based solely off of our speculation, but it feels like a lot of it comes from Priscilla and Priscilla's like own strength, and that levels Al up for me too.
Her confidence, her strength, you would think that she wouldn't have someone so by her side and so trusted that isn't incredibly talented and strong themselves.
I shouldn't only focus on Al too. Anastasia fucking read that shit perfectly. Also, Felis had to literally go through physical and psychological torture to get this to work.
Yep.
Damn it, I wanted to go back to Al. Alright, let's think of a way. Oh!
Yeah!
He's trusting Subaru, you fuck.
We have lots of plans. Oh, that's fun.
Oh!
Stop.
Freeze him? Oh!
We're just throwing him around to see which one will stick. I love
Whoa!
it. Wow.
Oh, shit!
beautiful. Amazing.
よっしゃー。
これでやっつけられたらいいんだけど。
危ない。
Woo! Nice save, Reinhard.
だってこれで一番面倒なやつは片付いたよ。
あなたの言ってることは欲しい欲しいもっと欲しいってすごく身勝手なことばっかりだもの。
え？
満たされてるなら奥さんたちをもっと大事にして。
Talk your shit, Amelia.
縛り付けて。それからあ、わかった。私あなたのこと大嫌いだわ。
まい。エミリアさんよく言った。よく言ったけど一旦下がろう。でもあいつの無敵のからくりが解けないうちは倒せない。
What is he doing right
やら
now?
なきゃいけないことを間違えちゃダメだ。
Oh, is he? Did he pick it up?
私すごく
Oh, he picked up water.
気が合うね。俺もだ。
What the fuck? Oh,
Wow.
super not ice skate.
すげえ賢い。可愛い。君らみたいな自分を特別と勘違いしてる奴らがさ、気持ち悪い。これでもガキの頃は表情のプリンセスで。
Love the scale.
エミリアだ。
Was he not paying attention? That's what takes him down. That's it.
それより作戦系とケース敵もダメか。あいつの弱点どこだよ。
I like that they both started with a K.
Yeah.
浮気女と真男が。え？
Reinhard.
ラインハルト。どこまでも馬鹿げてるな。君。
Did we need to tell Reinhard we've already done Plan K?
And K2.
The way it's like jelly.
Yeah.
It's jello.
作戦J。
He has a great memory.
バカが。
Oh!
Oh, into it!
Hit him with his own attack.
自爆作戦でもダメか。
Oh, cool.
そう考え方が悪い。あいつに捕まってる間どんなことがあった？
まず少女それかどうか聞かれて。
あいつぶっ
Yeah, right.
奥さんたちを番号で呼んだ。あの子は小さな王様。小さな王って。
小さな王。
Words.
星の名前。
The name of a
The name of a star.
カペラ、アルファルト、ペテルギウス、全部俺が知ってる星の名前なんだ。レグルスはラテン語で小さな王。
What?
でも別名があって、
has another name.
聖堂であいつに首掴まれてたよな。その時なんだけど、あいつの手は熱かったか、それとも冷たかったか。
Trying to figure out what star it is.
感じなかった。何にもないものに触られてたみたいに。
何にもないもの。ラインハルト、そいつの心臓が動いてるか確かめてくれ。
わざわざこうして足を運んでいただいてごめんね。あれ
Is
が
his heart
今度の
beating?
滞在司教。なんだ意外と話せるお人じゃありませんか。私誤解してたかもしれませんよ。嬉しいことを言ってくださいますね、お嬢さん。そうまさしく。やっぱりそれって愛ですよね。そうです、愛です。これはもはや英女の風格。プリシラ様。よもやここまで効果てきめんとはな。感受性が強いのも考えものか。プリシラ様。
I think she's back.
Yeah.
It's a very effective attack.
屈水を許したのはわらわとて同じであろう。
Ooh.
正気に戻るきっかけと。まあまあ、お二人は愛し合っているのですね。そうです。愛とはつながりを持って。茶番はやめよ。聞くに耐え。
I tire of hearing it.
さっきまでの親近感はどこへ。なんて。
It's like the air. It literally left the air.
The embers look so good.
Oh no.
We're gonna need you, Liliana.
That is a lot of people. Did we just destroy the path, the bridge?
あれらを正気に戻せ。それが歌目である貴様の役目じゃ。やれなくば死ぬるのみ。あなた初めてお見かけ。
Right?
改めて私は魔女教滞在司教フンド担当。この試練を乗り越えた時、私はあなたの愛に焼かれるでしょう。わらわの気は長くない。急げよ、歌目。
Come on, let me see some good teamwork. Woo!
こんなに固くなな方は初めてですよ。貴様にわらわの胸の内を明かすな。
Oh, what a great line.
弱みを見せないことが強くあることだと思い違いしていませんか？こんな思考はいかが？アイリスとイバラの王。
そいつの心臓が動いてるか確かめてくれ。
Oh, fuck. Holy
よそ見とはい
shit.
ただけないね。勘違いするなよ、ケンセイ。遊んでやってたのは僕の心の広さと余裕のおかげだ。どうやらスバルの推測は正しかったらしい。の空に落ちる気分を味わったことはあるかな。ラインハルト！スバル、彼の心臓は動いていない。すまない。少し戻るのに手間取る。
Is he going to the moon? This is like Dragon Ball.
ラインハルト。
どう戦うの？
Any of the plans lend to someone not having a beating heart?
As long as he'll give it back.
There's gonna be no need for that.
It's like he's mimicking him.
Yeah.
なんせ自分がどうやって負けるのか知らないで負けたら悔しくって死んじまうだろう。お前の後もう一回お姫様抱っこさせて。
バカ。
任すとか大口叩いておいてまたこれ。永遠に攻撃してれば僕が根負けするとでも。俺はお前の剣能の正体を知ってるぞ。79番はどこへやった？答えなよ。79番だ。さっきまで君が持っていこうとして。うわ、本気で奥さん番号で呼んでる事実にドン引きだわ。必死で話題そらしてんの。いいさ、言ってみなよ。いや、君みたいな人間の言葉信じる価値はないけどさ、僕は慈悲深いんだ。
I love this song.
お前の剣能の正体、それはゲームプレイ中のスタートボタンってやつだ。
Like pausing?
肉体の時間を止める獅子の心臓、そう言い換えてもいいぜ。
The ability to stop time for your own body.
なあ、その顔を見りゃ十分だな。
What?
Stop time for your own body. Lionheart?
アイリスとイバラの王。それともティレオスのバラクシ、マグリスオの弾頭だ。死ぬがよい。
Oh no. No!
Priscilla.
No!
Okay, that was ReZero Season 3, Episode 10, Iris and the Thorn King.
Mm-hmm.
What were the other titles that we were given? Margaretzer's Gibbet, Teleos's Rose Knight? What do you think?
So
It elicited a massive response in
yeah.
Priscilla.
I think so there's a couple you can think about the people that are within this scene to try to unpack what these phrases could be. Liliana is a songstress that tells of grand stories that she hears. In the same way that Garf knows of people from history and events of history and likes to quote it, Liliana sings songs about moments in history, and these could be ballad names or something,
Yeah.
of something that happened in possibly a recent history that is something that has to do with Priscilla. Like, she was a part of it to some degree, or it affected her to some degree. And
You
then,
need to die is the response from Priscilla after hearing it.
and then it coming from you think of who it's coming from, the mouth that is speaking these words. Wrath, she's so focused on love that I feel like you could also then read, is this a story of love to some degree? Is this a story of love not working out, a love dying? If we combine like who's in the scene and who's saying things, there's like a couple places you could go to theorize what it is that could have such an emotional reaction from Priscilla.
Yeah.
But also we get told she has a tightly closed heart that's coming from a character who's all about like love. And does she believe that showing no weakness is a way to strength?
Priscilla is easily one of my favorite characters now within ReZero, and when you have a character who is introduced the way that she was in her, personality type, you wonder what happened to her or what happened earlier in her life to shape the person that she is today.
We know her as being married before and kind of holding this position, possibly having to be a certain way that the other girls haven't had to be as candidates, like maybe like less freedom in her life to some degree than the other girls have had.
She also has the connection she does with Al, which is more complex than it initially seemed to be, which then allows me to continue to think that there's a lot more complexities within Priscilla and her story and how she got here in the first place compared to the other candidates.
And if anything, this scene is pretty scary. We were so excited for seeing a showdown between Priscilla versus basically anyone, because she is such a fun, entertaining, strong, confident character.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea that she can be shook in the way that she is, she can be rattled in the way that she is here by someone saying something to her, purely just saying words to her, and it's able to have that effect on her, is scary for the viewer. I wasn't necessarily expecting there to be a weakness, I guess, which is like super naive to think there wouldn't be a weakness to this character.
I mean, it's what the weakness is too. Like, I didn't expect a piece of information to be able to shake Priscilla to her core like that. It needs to be something that is deeply personal or traumatic for her that she does not want spoken about or does not want to hear it,
And I feel like it has to be tied to her having a tightly closed heart.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope everything works out. I kind of expected to see worse of damage with that hit on her at the end,
okay.
so I'm hopeful that everything's gonna be fine. I imagine that Liliana with song will help the situation. I hope the song that she begins to play is not a song titled Iris and the Thorn King, and if it is, I hope it doesn't have a negative response on Priscilla.
My hope would be that if this is some common history that is being spoken right now by Wrath to Priscilla, that it would be something Liliana, that once she hears those words, she'll understand maybe what is going on in Priscilla's heart or mind, and maybe she can do something with that information. It's always best if the people on the battlefield with you understand you, know things about you, in the same way that Wilhelm tells Garf before walking up to fight the corpse soldiers, like, hey, that's my wife.
Yeah.
That knowing the person that is fighting alongside you is only beneficial, I feel like, in a battle.
Yeah.
So that this could be good, that if Liliana is able or does know and is able to gain information from these phrases that are said, these titles that are being said, it could be good. And like you said, it didn't look like Priscilla was like gonna be totally down for the count, you know?
Yeah. Priscilla and Al are just like standouts for me right now within the series. I love them so much.
Does that mean you want to go to Al now?
I definitely do, but the animation this episode was so good. The fights were so good, and that's something I really didn't see coming in season 3 of ReZero, just because of how the first 2 seasons were. And
Amelia has been a boss.
dude, Amelia's so fucking cool.
We'll go there later, but you said the fights have been awesome and great, and I just have to give some credit to her, especially for that.
Like, and she even gets her shine in the intro with the massive sword that she's like waving down at Regulus. I loved her being like Subaru, or like Subaru being like, lend me your ear, and she was like, okay, only if you promise to give it back. I was like, you are fucking amazing. I love you so much.
She's being so the same as she always has been, in this adorable way that we can all understand why Subaru thinks she's the cutest thing in the world, but she has also been a boss.
Yeah, I love her creating this massive fucking ball of ice to drop on him. Doesn't work. Good idea, though.
It was fun. I liked watching it.
Yeah, I like the ice skating a lot, too. That brings into plans K and K2, which I assume to be actually...
It's right on the screen,
yeah,
though.
kick him in the vitals and kick him in the balls. Both
both failed.
Yeah, but honestly, great idea, right. Subaru. So you had pointed out, like, oh yeah, Wilhelm telling Garf what adversaries they're about to face, and that kind of might have brought them closer. That kind of thing could happen with Liliana and Priscilla. That thing has happened off screen in the best way possible for Subaru, Reinhard, and Amelia. Like, it's like everybody else is coming up to their level, but they themselves, Subaru, Reinhard, and Amelia, are already like advancing more than I could ever hope in terms of skill and strategy.
They already had their war room discussion that we didn't really get to like fully see. We didn't get to hear what every single plan was,
which I'm so glad that we weren't,
yeah.
Because I can only imagine how many different plans there could be, but it also gives so much room for Subaru to do what he's best at. He's a strategist. He's such a creative thinker, and they're like, when he's at a dead end, all he needs is a little inspiration, and that can get him going again completely in a different direction. And it's nothing but faith and trust within Subaru's mind and his trying to come up with different ways to defeat Regulus here. And it's so good for his character because he's so fucking smart. It's so deserved.
That idea that it's just like a fun little thing to think about. Because now I'm inspired to think about it from what we were just talking about in terms of like, oh, their off-screen conversations coming up with the plan because they're gonna fight together here against Regulus. It opened my mind up to all the other battles and thinking about how everyone else, the ally they're fighting with, is someone that, I mean, except maybe Ricardo and Julius, because they're in the same camp. Everyone else is fighting with someone that they haven't had a lot of like personal time with, or time to understand each other, come close. In the same, obviously Reinhard and Subaru, we talked about it, have had very little time together in this series, but they have a bond.
Yeah.
Like an undeniable bond that made it so the viewer like totally believes that they can be on the same page and work together well, even though they've had so little time together. But Amelia and Subaru have had seasons together now, you know, even though a lot of the time Subaru was doing things without involving her at first. They have had a lot of time to trust each other and understand each other. Some of the other matchups are very recent matchups, like Liliana and Priscilla. I mean, this episode kind of is a comparison of a very recent matchup of people who were kind of just meeting for the first time in these days.
Yeah.
To people who have been together for seasons.
Assuming that everybody or most people come out of this okay, this will have benefited us greatly in terms of like communication between parties and
as a country,
right?
Yeah.
That'll be really cool to see. My favorite plan that Subaru has come up with so far was Plan J, I think, which was like the self-destruction plan. That's brilliant. Like, you are facing an adversary that seems to be immortal, unbeatable, and a great idea is like, all right, well, their attacks seem fucking weird and I don't understand them, so let's hit him with his own attacks. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the weakness. It doesn't
That's a
work,
smart
but
move. I think that's a smart plan. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it doesn't work, but I think that is definitely one thing you should try.
yeah, since we're talking about it, I really want to just Subaru calls Regulus cringe for calling his wives by numbers, but I want to read what Subaru's interpretation
Of the authority is.
the true nature of his authority. Pressing the start button in the middle of playing a game. Huh? Or we could also call it Lionheart. The ability to stop time for your own body. And now to check my answer. Oh yeah, that face tells me everything I need to know. Interesting.
He starts reacting at Lionheart. Like, at first, his face is like, what does pressing the start button in the middle of the game mean? As soon as Subaru says Lionheart, it's like quivering.
I'm glad that Subaru like gave me the press start in the middle of the game, because I think that it allows me to understand what the ability to stop time for your own body is on like a more detailed level. I am wondering if it's like when I first would read like, oh, the ability to stop time for your body, I could understand how that would give you immortality in the sense of not aging, right? Because you're stopping time for your own body.
You're stopping your heart from beating is how one of the things I was interpreting from it.
I agree with you, but in the same vein, it's almost like you're operating in a different dimension by pressing start in the middle of a game. Like, if you're able to press start in the middle of the game and then influence the surroundings of that game while everything else is paused, then you are operating on a different like vein of existence, or like you know, a different path of existence. And then I'm like, holy shit, okay. Like, sometimes in anime you'll see people like fighting with their power base and skills, and it just doesn't it never is explained how they're able to do it, or it's just like, oh, they were just strong enough to be able to do that, you know, they were so strong that they were able to use telekinesis or some shit. But Regulus's ability base,
divine protection. Come on.
It's really fucking. I wasn't even talking.
No,
about
I know.
that.
I was just messing with you.
But I like his abilities are really fascinating. The water and how he's able to like
pick it up like it's jelly.
It
and then
really feels like he's able to operate in a different dimension and interact with the things in this world in a way that nobody else is able to.
That feels like a video game.
Yeah.
It's like you're in the menu where you can customize your farm or something, and you can move where the water is just by like it being sectioned off into pixeled like cube sections.
And then you hit like unpause
and
again.
It just drops
and it just drops there.
So how do you think that you defeat someone who has the ability to stop time for their own body in this way? I have like a couple like guesses I could just throw out there.
Okay. What are your guesses?
I would go with overstimulating or trying to shut down all function. Like, if you overrun a process, if you're doing too many things on a computer at one time, you know what I mean? Overstimulate the heck out of him so that he can't stop things. So his heart maybe starts beating again, therefore can be killed.
So
I don't know, something like that.
Are you assuming that he, whilst in battle, is continuously utilizing his ability?
I would say he probably does it as soon as something's about to hit him. Maybe like that.
That's really interesting. I like that. My issue is that while we're fighting, we are taking on battle damage, right? Subaru has grime and dirt on his jacket. Amelia's dress is ripped. Reinhardt has his slash through where he got cut and bleeding.
Now he's on the moon.
Now he's going to the moon like in Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball, a rabbit got sent to the moon. That's real. That's a real thing that happened. But to get back to the point, I don't think it's okay. Regulus doesn't have anything like that. And because of that, I'd wonder or argue that he isn't continuously pressing pause, and that his entire existence
is
at this moment, his body is paused. And that is why he's able to do and interact with things the way that he is. And it's also like, why would like in that line of thinking, if he was continuously pausing and unpausing, why would Amelia have been able to feel that nothingness when she was being strangled? He would have had no reason to use it there unless he is always using it. And trying to figure that out and like how you defeat that, I'm like left with like an equivalent exchange type beat. What there has to be a downside. There has to be a reason that he's able, like it has to be there has to be another end to it, right? There has to be a condition that needs to be met that allows him to be put on pause. And we need to figure out what the fuck that is. And then whatever the fuck that is, if we can eliminate that, then it would stop him from being paused. If it stops him from being paused, what does that mean? If he like has a pause on his body, right? And then you like eradicate whatever's keeping that, is it like a stockpile of that time is then all at once put on Regulus, and then he like ages to 1 billion and turns into dust?
Exactly.
No?
Like the way you're playing it out is because that's how it normally is handled when a character who has had immortality and or was able to stop themselves from aging, that's taken away from them, is they really quickly basically turn to dust. We actually get to see a lot of times like the progression of aging and then the turning to dust. I still feel like there could be an overstimulation of like that could help. I feel like you could also go with freezing. If he's frozen, he's paused, then freeze him on top of that to some capacity.
Double pause?
Like double pause his pause. You know, like if you like put him in cement, like obviously I think he could get through cement, but you know what I mean, like freeze him in some way that magically he cannot break out of.
Here's the thing,
frozen in time. Actually,
why didn't freezing him work before? I think it's almost like it's a combination of two things. Like in an anime that we've watched, that people have powers, somebody's able to phase through matter. I feel like in that same vein, Regulus wasn't able to be frozen.
But we're more just like hitting him with ice. We were attacking him with it, not necessarily like freezing him with it.
I'm gonna bring
it up. Like imagine she walks up to him and touches him on the face and just from the inside out freezes him.
That would be pretty sick. But like I feel like once Amelia dropped the massive fucking iceberg that did in fact sink the Titanic, she froze around. I guess
the water froze.
Yeah.
So he would have been trapped within
But then he was able to either just break through it or wasn't affected in the first place. But again, he doesn't seem like he has any damage to his clothing or to any part of his being.
Yeah, his clothing is immaculate still.
Yeah. And that could just be character design.
No, he has his clothing frozen too. Can't you see him being really angry if he got like a scratch on his outfit?
Yes, I very much so could.
So I think that he did something to make it so his clothing would always look amazing.
Or it's because everything can't interact with any part of his
body.
I don't know. It was really interesting though. I thought that it was a crazy way of like a matter of deduction from Subaru. Going through the star names is something I have never even considered because I'm a fucking idiot, or I have and I forgot about it. But then using that to get the translation in Latin and then figuring this out, Subaru, you're a fucking genius, man.
It's so fitting that it's Little King.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
It's like, I don't know why. I'm just like, man, like, ego. That dude has like a little dick. You know, like that's all I can think about when I hope that every time someone refers to him as Little King, he gets really insecure.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he gets angry. Yeah. But I think that comes from a place of insecurity.
Dude, Anastasia really fucking blew my mind this episode. And Felis too.
The fact that she was crushing the bed. We got duped. We got tricked.
Adore it. I didn't think it was a possibility. I didn't see it coming. But again, props to Felis for going through what he did. That shit must not have been easy. We saw Subaru having to go through it with Amelia's, Capella's depiction of Amelia.
Yeah, the likeness of her.
And then, Anastasia blows Capella down into this fucking room where my highlight of the episode came in. And it's the best thing ever. Every time I see that cape with nothing under it but a vest and abs, you're not going back. My aesthetic won't allow me to show mercy to a guy who hides his own ugliness. Don't worry. I feel like there's no way Al is not one of the most handsome men who's ever existed, especially after that lie. I feel like, after that line, I feel like if that's the line that you give someone who is covering their face, that confirms for me that they are gorgeous.
Men with, especially in anime, male characters that have some sort of face covering, whether a face mask, their whole face is covered, the hair is covering their eyes.
Yeah.
They're always
an animal
extremely,
head on top of them.
yes, they're always extremely popular.
My aesthetic isn't interested in showing you any mercy either. Pulls out his sword. Points. I'm in a bad mood today. He has 2 scars on his arm, just noting that.
Yeah, it makes me think of bread. We see his eye a little bit. If we could take this into Photoshop and start brightening it up and like exposing it a little bit, we could see more. Oh, are you there?
I mean, you just said it.
I did just say it.
I don't know if we have Photoshop on this computer.
Well, we don't have Photoshop, but we have other things. Oh, it's not really.
Oh, no, it's something. I'm trying to turn saturation down to maybe get some more detail. I can't tell if those are scars or not.
I think they're more just like when someone is like making a really like determined angry expression, more like wrinkles from that under the eye.
I'm not trying to like clean this up. I'm trying to get the most detail out of it as possible. Mm-hmm. Do you think that this could be a scar where the mouse is going over?
I think it could be, from the fact that we edited the photo, and why else would it have done something that
like
kind
I
of
could see
that,
I could see this just being face detail, face detail, face detail, face detail, eye. I could see potentially this being a scar, this maybe being nose, because it's a lighter like it's a when as scars like are created after a wound fades and a scar is healing, it becomes a lighter pigmentation on your skin.
We literally just looked at the ones on his arms that I made the bread comment to, and you said nothing.
Wait, what was the bread comment?
We were on a shot of his arm, and you were like, "Look at the scar." I said, "That looks like bread."
Oh, I was too focused on his
arms. It goes
arms.
with what you said of the scar is a lighter
having
color.
A lighter pigmentation.
We also know that he has scars all over his body. Probably, I would, if he's wearing a helmet, I am going to. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to. He has scars on his face.
The fact that he said I'm in a bad mood today is interesting. I'm not even gonna lie, when we first saw this, I didn't even see that there was eye detail. So I'm really happy.
Maybe it's where you're sitting.
Oh, maybe.
In terms of like lighting or anything like that?
Oh, I think it is, actually. That's kind of crazy. But so you'd better get out of here before I die. What's your interpretation? Because
those two I'm in a bad mood today. I was like, okay, why? What does that mean? And then him to say, so you better get out of here before I die. I was like, I'm so confused right now. That's how I felt.
Any other show, I'm just going to shut the fuck up and not say anything. In this show, I'm like, okay, I'm probably wrong. But when you bring up death within Rezero, I feel like even if you're wrong, you need to throw it out there that there could be a possibility he has something similar to Subaru.
Okay, so what someone's implying when they say, so when they normally tell someone you better get out of here, it's before I get more angry, before I level up to some sort of power that is gonna just demolish you and you will be dead. Like, it's like someone giving you a warning, like a threat warning, like leave before you don't exist anymore.
If it isn't Rezero and I read this line, I'm like, okay, whoever anime character this is, when they die, they are able to like
the Phoenix
thing. But when they do that, they get like a Zenkai boost. They get like a added power, like a 1.5 special attack type shit, right? Like, okay, I died and now I'm really fucking activated, so you're going to die. But because it's Rezero, I have to look at it potentially in a different light. If you better get out of here, right? That is giving whoever you're facing a chance to leave alive. If Al does die here, that would almost certainly confirm a death on Capella's end, seemingly, right?
Yeah,
or at least a
saying.
defeat. Before I die could be like just yeah, okay, fucking test me. If you really want to do this, I will try for as many times as Subaru would it takes to get this right. It also, I have to look at it potentially that way because of everything else we think Al might have influenced behind the scenes so far in this season. Because it's not just one thing. We have the gates, we have the council, and all of it has been perfectly executed. And either that's because a perfect person is doing it.
Like
Yeah.
the council.
A
I get
perfect person is doing it. Or, like, a person is doing it so many times that they can perfectly do it, you know?
Or they had enough time knowing what was going to happen in the future to come up with plans that they knew for sure weren't going to fail.
What would that mean?
Like, other than having a gospel themselves?
Yeah, like how crazy would it be if somebody in this world, another knight of another princess, also had something somewhat similar to Return by Death before Subaru?
In our first episode, when we get here, Subaru's like, oh my god, there's gardens, there's food, there's cooking methods, all of these things that remind me from back home. I wonder if this guy that designed all of this, like, style, architecture, and cuisine is from Japan.
Yeah.
Is from where I'm from. So that idea was introduced in the first episode of other people being brought into this world. It could be that Satella's not the only one that was able to do that as well. Like, obviously, we have from Echidna that the Return by Death is very specific and very, like, interesting to her. Like, this is something that she is intrigued by in a way that she couldn't have done it herself, or she wishes she had figured out how to do it herself. But that doesn't mean that some other character out there couldn't have done what Satella did in bringing Subaru here.
Yeah, and it's also like... Never mind, I had a train of thought, but now I can't figure it out.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring up when we first meet Al. Oh, okay, I've remembered what I was going to talk about. So Al, like, we've talked about Al having other motives and other intentions, and potentially his own dealings or knowledge or feelings about the witch's cult. Like, that idea of somebody with a similar ability to Return by Death would definitely be fascinating, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when in season 1 we have a couple lines of Al and Priscilla, especially when Subaru's knocked out, which is really, really interesting. Aldebaran.
So probably his full name?
Yeah. And then later on he says, I told you not to call me that, I think. Hey, now what happened here? Throw that testable fool out of here. Al has a little bit of hairy legs. That's something we can note. I think that matters quite a bit in reference to if they're going to kill Subaru or not. Let's go, brother. Don't get so mad, princess. That fierce look will make your cute face drop in value. Unless you want your ruined face further ruined, take him away. I've told you not to call me that.
Face that's ruined.
Yeah.
Definitely gives that there's something under that helmet. Scars, or if you go by ruined, is it scars or is it something much more than that? If he's fighting Capella, could it be something that is almost reminiscent of the dragon blood effect on Krush?
Yeah. There's so much air around Al that I'm like, God fucking damn it, he's so cool, and like, I just want to know everything.
I feel like next episode, I know we started this episode off with Al, and then we went to, like, Regulus and Subaru, but I'm like, I feel like we have to go there. But then I'm like, oh, but what about the ones that we didn't see this episode?
Yo, I really could see a reality that we never even see Capella or Al, like, again within this interaction. Like, I could just see it just being like, oh yeah, no, she's fucking dead.
It's an off-screen, like,
or it's just we only see her end or something. I don't think that will happen. I could see it happening.
No, but you know why you would do something like that? If there was something about this character that you still wanted to keep somewhat hidden.
Yeah.
From the audience until later.
That
like a secret.
Or if we do see the fight and he, like, reads everything that she's able to do perfectly, that could also be interpreted as, like, a Return by Death. I'm fucking crazy. My last thing is that Capella had a line to Felis about the dragon blood and about her not even being able to understand how to heal it.
That was my last thing.
And isn't that really interesting? Because
that,
it's like
she wishes she knew.
Yeah.
Was the language she used in the line, and it comes after she brings up to us that Crush's blood was not able to beat hers. Like, it is a competition.
It's like a tug of war.
Someone's blood can be stronger than someone else's, and like, yeah, the tug of war. So that means to me, like, Subaru's blood was able to have a little put up more of a fight, whether that's because Satella has influenced him so much or because he's not from this world.
Yeah.
It could be a few different things, but we get that fact, and then just that line. I'm glad that was your last thing as well, because the idea of someone wishing they knew how to get rid of it.
That, I guess, is my only piece of evidence to feel like Al wouldn't just body her, is that if she had another, like, motive or reason narratively to exist longer, to talk about, like, her ideas of dragon blood and why she feels the way that she does about it.
A way she can be utilized past this point by our main characters, a reason to have sympathy for her. I mean, Capella as a character, out of all the Sin Archbishops, she's the one as painted as probably a ruler of, like, could have been the ruler of this, of Luganica, you know?
Yeah.
Lugunica, I think it is pronounced. So she is important, and I feel like she could know things that could be helpful. Obviously, she doesn't know this thing, but is there other things? Is there keeping her alive? Is there something about keeping her alive? Whether she doesn't know it now, is it something that she could help figure out later on how to help Krush more? That it just definitely brings up the idea of, do we have to get rid of all of the Sin Archbishops? And that makes me think of Wrath. Do we need to be killing all of them? Are they way past the point of, like, not obviously not like we're gonna save them and they're gonna be heroes again, but I mean, like, could you can take a villain character and at least let them be, like, somewhat useful, and they're not gonna, like, totally atone for anything they've done, but they can still be like, oh, now I'm gonna do something good. That doesn't mean you forgive them for everything they did in the past, but villain characters can have a change of heart sometimes, especially if there are motives for the reasons. All of these Sin Archbishops seemingly they're all agreeing to the same plan, but they all have their own feelings and emotions and selfish desires as well.
How do you come up with anti-venom, right? Like, if Capella's dead, that doesn't mean we still can't utilize her blood in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's another, like, the dragon
That's
blood
true.
within its own, I don't know, distillation or something.
Do we need more of her blood? You would think, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But that whole first scene, that was a really great entrance into this episode, because it caught me off guard. Not because what you thought was going to be the major catching you off guard cliffhanger, which was Capella entering Krush's room, the end of the episode prior to this. But then they went from that to, it's not even Krush in the bed, to Al is waiting for you underneath the floor.
Mm-hmm.
That what a great start to an episode. Al
is actually an older Subaru. I don't fucking know, man.
Al is something. And we're gonna someday find out what that is.
Like, legitimately, if there is more towards Al than just cool, mysterious badass, I don't think we're going to be finding out anytime soon.
I like the idea, like, when you put it out there that what if we don't even see the entirety of the battle between the two of them, I was like, oh
That'd
my
be
god.
Fucking crazy. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you next time.